What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from sneakerfiles.com, and today we are going to compare the 1999, which is up front, and the 2016, which is right here, Air Jordan 14 Indiglo. Now, these are dead stock. They're size 11, both pairs. I got these for a really good deal. I don't wear a size 11, but I never intended on wearing these because it's an original release, and it was such a great deal I couldn't pass it up. So this was one of the shoes that kind of got me into doing, a size run of OGs that I do not plan on wearing, which is relatively in the 9 to 11 range, which seems a bit wide, but if I don't plan on wearing them and I'm collecting them, then, it's, in my book, it's fine. Now, before we jump into the closer look and to go over some of the details, I want to first up apologize to you guys. I referred to the material used across the toe and by the collar. I referred to it as nubuck. It is actually suede on the 2016 and the 1999 release. So I do apologize for that. I was, again, another late video getting it up and out, and I rushed through it, and I apologize. It won't happen again. And so that underway, let's jump into the comparison. Okay, so first up, I want to talk about the Ferrari emblem. As you can see right here, here's the OG. And then in the back, we have the 2016. Now, the 2016 is a bit lighter in shade versus the OG. As well as you can see how on the panels, how it slopes down? Definitely a different cut. Here, see, it's more gradually just goes down. So across the toe, they both have suede. Now, on my right hand, we got 2016. The left hand, we have the OGs. So the OG has like more of a rough suede, and the newer release it's more fine, I would say. And then we have the Jumpmans. The Jumpman is definitely larger on the 2016. Both the same size, both size 11, so get that out of the way. And you can just see the cut too, or the shape on the panels right here, or where the panels come up. Now, one thing is, on the toe on the OG, it's like stays normal, it kind of just, it goes up just a bit though, right in this area where the Jumpman is. Might be able to see that if I angle it a little bit. You kind of see that right there. And then it's like flat. I don't really like the shape of the toe, to be honest with you. Not a huge fan of that. The overall length too, from the toe cap to the bottom of the tongue, seems a bit longer on the OG versus the retro release. Another thing that irks me is the tongue. So the tongue, it just sits too forward, and you know what that's from? It's from this little piece that moving the camera up. Sorry if it shaked a little bit. It's like this little insert that goes in there, and I think it just sits there, so it pushes it forward. But it just irks me because it sits there. And it's a little bit more, I guess you could say, not as fat. Just slightly. Nothing huge. And then, to me, it looks like the slope here drops down a bit more than on the OGs. And then one of the biggest factors is through the midsole, that gloss overlay. It's actually gloss on this, and it's sticky because I don't know why, but the original, I believe it's from the paint or whatever it is, over the years it just becomes sticky. Maybe that's what they're trying to combat against, I'm not sure, but this is more of a dull look to it. I'm not a huge fan of the dull look, but yeah. So even the tumbled leather that's on the panels, the OGs are more smooth to the touch, and overall, to me, it's a better grade of leather. And you could just see it's just like scaly. Oh. Alright, so I'm also going over this with you guys live. I did a kind of an overview of both of them beforehand, but nothing too great. So everything looks about right, matches up. It's a little bit more wide in the back on the 2016. The shading is a bit off on the 2016. Nothing crazy. This actually looks darker on the newer release versus the OG. Jumpmans are a bit different. 2.3, that it's about right. And the width, of course, of this, like, I refer to it as a tire because it reminds me of the texture of it and the look of it, of like a tire thread. It's a bit wider on the new release. So where it says XIV on the inside of the tongue, the OG kind of goes flush up where the piping is against it, versus it kind of sits up a little bit higher. Nothing like crazy. Definitely more padding on the OG. I know you guys can't really, gotta take my word for it. Insoles are exactly the same. Let's see if I can pull this out. Okay, I can get that one out. So let me see if I can get the OGs out for you guys. A little bit nervous. I don't like to take away. I definitely want to do this on a shoe that would crack. Yeah, this isn't coming out. They're pretty. It halfway came out, but it's stuck in there. But as far as the insoles go, the shading is about the same, or it appears that way. All black on the liners, and then we have that Indiglo vivid green on the new release Jumpman. So check this out real quick. So the new release has metal with chrome lace tips. And here's the OG. It's like a gunmetal black almost. Metal also, but let's go black shade. I like that look. I mean, that's not, I don't care for, like, it doesn't bother me, the silver versus that. Very minimal, you know. Same deal with the tumbled leather here, and the midsole, exactly the same. You see the suede. It picks up dust really, and like debris and stuff, which I don't like that. Stitching looks a little bit different. Nothing crazy. Bring it to the sole. Okay, we got the OGs up first. You can see some yellowing, nothing crazy, but shoes are old, so that happens. And now let's go to the... So, right off the bat, what I notice is this looks more like a lime green, the Jumpman, on the new release versus the OG. So other than that, you just have, like, you know, some smaller details, excuse me, like the spacing within the midsole area, like, and then you also have the suede overlay. It's a bit wider here versus thinner right here. So it's like very minimal, nothing huge or anything. Where it sits, the Ferrari emblem, you can see the differences. And I'm trying to be very thorough but at the same time, I don't want to talk you guys' ear off. But if you see any differences, let me know. Obviously, the shade of white is, it's somewhat discolored because of age, so I'm not comparing that, obviously. But yeah, just do one quick overview of each. Now, you guys already know I'm a huge fan of the 14. They did like an okay job, I would say. Just some minor things, nothing crazy. I'm not worried about the actual shape. Although how it scoops down, I don't like, but the shape and the toe, they do bother me a little bit, but other than that, like the way the suede is and the tumble leather, it's okay. Nothing great. Yeah. It's a little bit of a difference here too. It's kind of a sloppy cut. That's probably just a manufacturing error. Alright everybody, so that was your comparison of the 1999 up front versus 2016 in the back Air Jordan 14 Indiglo. Now, overall, like, they came somewhat close to the OGs. Nothing, not spectacular or anything like dead on. But as far as like, you have your different style of tumble leather. It's a bit more rough on the 2016. Your suede. There's differences. There's enough differences if you own the OGs and you're gonna pick up the retro release, you'll definitely pick it up. And what's crazy is, for anyone that does own an OG 14, they know that smell. They have like this very distinct smell. And I might be weird, but I love that smell too. Maybe it was just because it was my first Jordan shoe that I got, the 14s, and that's what I associated with. And, not that it's a big deal, I don't really care, but the newer releases have that smell, which is kind of funny to me. Obviously, different materials and process, and probably even definitely different factories. But just sitting right here, I've noticed too, like the liner is a bit more rough. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier on the OG release versus like smoother on the new release, but it's like a rough suede. It's crazy. So that leads me to say, if you guys see anything I missed out on, please let me know. Leave a comment below. And yeah. So just to recap though, the 2016 release, I'm not so happy with. I'm okay with it coming close. I just wish it was better quality. I wish the glue stains weren't there, things like that. So if you plan on picking them up, just check out your pairs, like I always say. And to be honest with you guys, there really isn't any hype for the 14s outside of probably myself and a select few others that love the shoe, which is a great thing. So if you want to get them, you can get them easily. But at the same time, I'm pretty positive within maybe 2 to 3 months, they will be on sale. So just take that into mind. If, for some reason you're kind of debating on getting them, maybe you want to get something else or save your money, that will probably happen. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned at sneakerfiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.